Hi, my name is Kajal, and in this tutorial, we'll try to understand the internal working of a hash map. In order to understand the internal working of a hash map, let's first try to understand what exactly is a hash map. Okay, so a hash map is a data structure which keeps a key value pair inside it. Okay, there should be some key, there should be some value. Okay, so let's say this one is a key, this student one is a value, this two is a key, this student two is a value. Okay, and if I talk about this word hash map, which is a combination of two words, one is hash, one is map. Okay, so this map means there is a mapping from key to value. Okay, we are mapping some key to some value. Okay, and this hash means we are generating some hash, okay, on this mapping. That's how it becomes hash map. Okay, and if I talk about the properties of hash map, there should not be any duplicates inside one hash map. So let's say if there is a key 1 with the value v1, and let's say I try to insert the next key 1 with the value v2, then the older value will get overwritten. Okay, so that means whenever I'll try to fetch the key 1, then I'll be getting the value as v2, not v1. Okay, the older value is gone. Okay, and the next property is it does not maintain any order. That means we cannot track like what data got inserted first and what data got inserted later on. It is an unordered data structure. Okay, uh, and next, as I have said, like this is a key and value pair, so there should be some data type of the key and there should also be a data type of value. Okay, so the key can be of any type, string, integer, or a custom class, and then value is again can be, can be of any type. It can be integer, string, or any custom type of object. Okay, so now I have to specify the data types of key and a value. Okay, and in order to specify the data types, I always have to use the wrapper classes. That means I cannot say small int or small float. Okay, I have to use the wrapper classes. So in this example, if you will see this hash map, this is an integer is a wrapper class of int. Okay, and if you will see this, so this is an example of hash map. Okay, so how we are achieving these properties? In order to understand that, let's first understand what is a hash function. Okay, so hash function is a function which is internally doing something and returning us a smaller value. Let's say this is a key 219235, something like that. A bigger key is there, which is the type of integer, which is returning when I'm like passing this key into some hash function, I'm getting the output as 7. This 7 is a random number over here. Okay, but the idea is whenever I'm passing a bigger value, I'm getting a smaller result. Okay, and similarly this key can be an alphanumeric or it can be a string. Whenever I'll be passing this string to this hash, I'll be getting a smaller value. Let's say it's a 3. Or it can also be an object. Let's say this is a JSON object with a JSON key and JSON value, and I am getting a value as 2. Okay, so the idea is we always get a smaller value out of the hash function. Okay, so now why I'm always getting an integer 7, 3, and 2, all are the integers. Okay, so the idea of hash function is getting the smaller value. It can also be an integer or anything else, or it can be a string, but in Java it always returns an integer. That's why I'm taking it as an integer. Okay, so now the hash function should also provide this result, this 7, this 3, this 2, in very very less time. Because if the time is greater, okay, so the complexity will get added. Okay, so the idea is there should be some formula or something. I'll be applying that formula and I'll be getting this 7. Okay, so the idea is there should be a function, a hash function, which should return this value in order of 1. There should not be 4 loops inside it. Okay, in case of integer. But in case of string, what happens? I will treat this a as a different uh, like a different element. I'll treat this l as a different element. Okay, so in case of a string, it can go to like order of n. It should not be more than order of n. Okay, so the idea is the hash function should return this value in very very smaller time. Okay, and now we have the key, we have the value, and we have this hash 7, 3, and 2. These all are the hashes. Okay, we have this. Now what next? We have to distribute these like these hashes in a way that we can maintain all properties into some like we will distribute these value into some hash table to achieve all the properties of a hash map. We'll see that like how we're gonna achieve it. Okay, and if in a hash function, let's say if there is a key which is 213456, something like that. Okay, if I'm performing the hash function on this key and I'm getting an output as 7, then let's say I'm performing this hash function thousands time, I should always get this 7. Okay, there should not be one case that I'm getting, let's say 1 2 3, some another number. I should always get this as a 7. Okay, that means I'm gonna perform the same hash function on the same key, then I should always get the same result. Okay, and same hash value can also be returned for different key. Let's say there is another key which is 87654567, something like that. This is a key. When I'm performing some hash on this key, I can also get this 7. Okay, this is the case of collision. Okay, we'll see like how collision will like maintained. Okay, the idea is whenever I'm writing this hash function, the collision should be lesser. Okay, there should be less number of collisions. I should write the hash function in that manner. Okay, but this can be possible. A hash function can generate the similar value, can return the same result, whatever I'm getting from the different value, different key. Okay, so this is all about the hash function. If I talk about what exactly is a hash table, so we have a key, we have a value, we have a hash. Okay, now we have to put the data anywhere. Okay, to maintain the uniqueness or to achieve all the properties. How we going to do that? For that we need a hash table. What is a hash table? A hash table is an array of nodes. Okay, what is a node? So basically node is a custom class which will keep a key, which will keep a value, which will keep a hash, and which will keep the address of a next node. Okay, you know the key, you know the value, you know the hash. What is this next? So basically this next will keep a track of next node. Okay, we'll see that later on. So what is a hash table? Let's say if I'm keeping an array, this is an array, node class array. Okay, with the new node 16. So let this is node 16 means I'm keeping an array of size 16, which is from index 0 to 15. Okay, I'm keeping an array of size 16 of this class, which is known as a hash table. Now how I'm gonna achieve everything from this hash table, we'll see this in the next slide. Okay, so how to insert data into hash table? Okay, so now we know we have an array. Okay, this is a blank array till now. How we gonna keep the value inside this array to achieve everything? Okay, now let's see. So how to insert data into a hash table? So let's try to understand it with an example. Let's say we have keys, which is 24, 16, 12, 17, 18, 10, and 9. These all are the keys. Okay, I have not kept the values to make it simple. Okay, and let's say we have a hash function, which is what it is doing. It is doing key modulus 7. Okay, and I'll be keeping an array of size 7, which is 0 to 6. Okay, so now let's try to understand if this is a key 24, there is some value which is not mentioned over here. Now the hash will be 24 percentile 7, which will come 3. 7 3s are 21. The reminder will be 3, and the next is null because this is not pointing to any another node till now. Okay, and if you will see this 16, key is 16, value is something which is not defined over here. The hash will become 16 percentile 7, which is equals to 2 because 7 2s are 14 and 2 will be the reminder, and next is null. And similarly all the nodes will get generated over here like this. Okay, now we have this node. I have to insert the data into the array. How we going to do that? If I'll see this 24 again, the hash is 3. So we have to map the hash to the index of this array. Whatever the hash is there, the hash is 3, I'll go to the index 3 and I'll keep this complete node key value hash and next to the address 3. Okay, the 24 will be here. So I'm showing you 24, but the data is complete over here. The key value, everything is there. Okay, and next is 16. The hash is 2. So if the hash is 2, I'll be going to the index 2 and I'll keep the complete node at the index 2. Okay, next we have 12. So if I divide it by the 7, the output, the remainder will be 5. So I'll be going to the index 5 and I'll be keeping this 12 over here. Okay, and in the 17, 14, 3 will be the remainder, and again I'll be going to the index 3. So now in order to keep the 17 at index 3, 24 is already present over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new node. Okay, and I'll be pointing from 24 to 17 in the next pointer. Okay, and now the next will be pointing to this 17 and the 17 will be pointing to null till now. Okay, and in the 18, 18 means if I'll divide it by the 7, the remainder will be 4. I'll be going to the 4 and I'll be keeping the 18 node over here. And what is next? Next is 10. So if I'll divide 7 to remainder will be 3, I'll be going to the index 3 again, and the 17 pointer will be pointing to the next 10, and this node will be there inside the same queue or inside the same index. Okay, so this is nothing but a linked list which is getting generated, and this 10 is not pointing to any another node. That means it is pointing to null. Okay, and if you will see 9, so the output, the remainder will be 2. I'll be going to this 2, and the 16 now will be pointing to this 9 node, and the 9 node will be pointing to null because this is not pointing to anything else. So this is done. So this is a hash table, and I calculated the hash. I went to the index and I kept complete node over there. Whenever the same index came, what I did, I make a new linked list over there and I pointed to the next node in the next pointer. Okay, so in that manner I got this output. So this was the insertion into the hash table. Okay, if I'll talk about how to fetch data from hash table, how can I fetch it? So let's say if I want to fetch some key 16, let's say. So how I'm going to fetch it? First of all, I'll be calculating the hash. So if I'll do the hash, so the remainder will be 2. The hash function will remain the same. The output is 2. Okay, the remainder is 2. So I'll be going to the index 2 and I'll be checking if the key is a 16 and the value is, this is also 16, so this 16 will get returned. Okay, so let's say if I want to fetch the key as 12, so again I'll be calculating 12 divided by 7, so the remainder is 5. I'll be going to the index 5 and I'll be getting this node 12 and I'll be returning it to the user. Let's say if I want to fetch the data, the key is 10. So the first of all, I'll be calculating the hash on this 10. The hash will come as 3. The remainder is 3. So I'll be going to the index 3. We have a chain. Now what I'm going to do, I'm searching 10. So first of all, I'll be looking on this 24. Is 24 equals to 10? No. I'll be moving to the next node because I have the address of the next pointer. Okay, I'll be going to the next node. So now the 17 is equals to 10. No, that this is not equal. Again I'll be going to the next node. Okay, so now if I'll move to this next node, the 10 is equals to 10. So the this will like the 10 is equals to 10, the condition is met. So I'll be returning this complete node to the user. That's how we can fetch the data from hash table. Okay, and if the data which is not present over here, let's say if I try to fetch a key 7, what I'm going to do, I'm going to calculate the hash which is equals to 0. The data is not present, it will only check on this 0 index. The data is not there, then it will return that the data is not present. Okay, so that's how we can fetch the data. Okay, so now let's say if I'll try to see the complexities, so it can be order of 1 in case we have only one data. Let's say this 18, we have only one data at fourth index. Okay, but There is a chain. If you will see this chain, there is a chain which is like getting created. You can see it on the index 3. We have 24, 17, and 10. Okay, so in this case this can be order of 1 plus the length of chain. Okay, so the idea is we create the hash function in a manner that this key is smaller, this chain is smaller. Okay, but this can be like this chain can be made. Okay, so till the time we have not reached at a number, we keep it as a linked list. But let's say this list is getting like longer and longer. Okay, so this is like becoming again a list or a linked list, you can say. Okay, so the now the searching will become difficult, it will go to order of n. Okay, so in that case, like later on at a certain length, we convert the linked list to a self balancing tree. Okay, so that is some different technique. So this is about the complexities. Yeah, I think that is it from my end.